Hey everybody! In this video I'm going to be making a teacup candle. I saw this as a DIY project online some time ago and I fell in love with it right away, so I started making them for myself. I've made a couple as gifts and all of that, but I think they're really beautiful and I enjoy burning them in my home, so I'm making this one for me. What you're going to need is, at the bare bones minimum, what you'll need if you would like to try this is you're going to need a teacup. And I got this one at the thrift store, and it wasn't very expensive at all. It was a couple of bucks for it and the plate that goes under it. You're going to need wax. I'm using 100% natural soy wax. I got this at Hobby Lobby and it was $10 and I used the 40 off coupon, so it wasn't too bad at all. It wasn't very expensive. You're gonna need wicks, and I got these on Amazon. I will leave the link for all of that in the description box. These were also like pretty reasonably priced. You know, none of it's gonna cost too terribly much. And you're gonna need a glue gun. Oh, and you're gonna need sticks. You're gonna need some sticks taped together to hold the wick into place, but we'll get there. And you're gonna need a Pyrex or glass cup to melt your wax in. And I make soap, so this is not a cup that I use for any kind of food stuff. If you're going to do this, use dishware that you're not going to be using for food again, because you just don't want to do that. So that's the bare bones stuff you need. What I'm going to be using for this is all of that stuff, and then I'm going to be using a pink candle color, lavender or lemon lavender fragrance oil. You can get fragrance oils. I got this for soap making, but you can also use a lot of them that you can get for soap making for candle making, so that's what's going on. I really love this fragrance, so I want to make a candle with it. And I'm going to be using a scale. You really don't need to weigh out your wax. I mean, you can eyeball it. I just have a scale because I make soap, so that's what I'm going to use. So the first thing we need to do is place the wick into the cup. And what we're going to do is we're going to use our hot glue and we're going to glue it into place. And I have this plugged in. It should be good to go by now. Let's see. Yeah. So you're going to put a dollop of hot glue right onto that little metal part. And then you're just going to stick it in there. Like so. That's good to go. I'm gonna unplug my hot glue gun, and now I'm gonna take these sticks. And what these are is coffee stirrers, and I taped them together like so. Just as long as you have two, like they could probably be chopsticks. Like the idea is to tape some things together so you can hold your wick into place. So when you pour your wax in, and we'll get there in a little bit, but when you pour your wax in, you want that wick to stay right in the middle like that. And those sticks are gonna help with that. So that's good to go for now, so we're gonna put that aside. So now what I'm gonna do is measure out my wax. So I have this digital scale I got from brambleberry.com. It's a soap making site. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna turn on my scale. Oh, that's the wrong button, nice one. Okay, and I'm gonna go with ounces. I know I've made a candle like this one before, so I know it's about 4 ounces. So that's how much wax I'm gonna measure out. All right, so now I'm just gonna pour in until I get to 4 ounces. And it'll look like a lot in here, but when it's actually melted down, it'll be significantly less. It'll be enough to fit into that candle. Now what I'm going to do is put this in the microwave, and I'm not really going to film it because you know how to microwave something. So I'm going to put it in there and I'm just going to watch it, and I'm going to watch it melt down. It's going to take a couple of minutes probably. I'm going to stir it every now and again, and when it is all completely melted down, we'll get ready to color and fragrance it. So I am going to microwave it and I'll be back. All right, so it's all melted and the cup is very hot. So if you do this, just be mindful that the Pyrex is going to be hot to the touch. But you can see compared to how it was when the flakes were unmelted, like it's significantly less now. There you go. Well, you have the basic idea. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to color it, which is totally optional. If you try this and you don't get candle color, that is fine. And then I'm going to fragrance it, which is also, of course, optional. So I have this candle colorant. It is completely unmarked. I can't remember where I got it. I get most things at Hobby Lobby or Amazon, so I would imagine it's one of those two things. I'll try and do some detective work and see if I find where I got this from. So I'm going to take this dropper that did not come with it. This I bought like some droppers. So all right, I'm going to start with 3 drops. I'm going to mix it up and I want to see how that looks. Okay. If you decide to color it, be mindful that it's going to be darker when it's melted. It will be significantly lighter when it has hardened up. So that's nice. I think I'm gonna go with 1 more drop. Okay, I think that's good. All right. If you're working with soy wax, you have a good amount of time to work to it. It doesn't start hardening up all crazy. So I'm gonna situate this, I'm gonna clean it all up, and then we'll come back and do our fragrance. Since I'm adding fragrance oil to mine, I'm going to use a scale again. And brambleberry.com, which is a soap making site, has a fragrance oil calculator for stuff like soap and candles, which is helpful. And I've really realized that it basically comes down to, for a strong scent in the candle, it comes down to about 2 grams of fragrance oil per ounce of candle wax. So I would like a strong fragrance throw on this because I really love this smell. So I'm going to do about 7 grams, I think, and see how that is. Okay, now I'm going to, let me move that so you can see it. Okay, and now I'm going to pour my fragrance in. You can also use essential oils. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix it up very well to get my fragrance oil fully incorporated. And like I said before, you have a good amount of time to work with this soy wax. It by no means is in a hurry to start to harden up. With this handy little thing, I'm going to see what the temperature of this wax is. This by no means is something you need. It's just something I have for temperatures for soap making and all of that. But it's super cool. You just point and shoot, and that is 139. So I think I want to let that cool off a little bit more. I've noticed that when I pour hotter, it tends to have like some gap around the wick. It's totally harmless. It's just purely a cosmetic thing. So I think I'm going to wait until this wax is probably at like 125 or something like that. Okay, it's cooled down a bit, and now I'm going to get ready to pour it into my teacup. So I'm just going to pour it out of the way of the wick and all of that, just right here on the side. And we're going to leave those sticks holding the wick up until the wax is fully hardened. And then we'll trim, down the wax, or not the wax, we'll trim down the wick, and the candle will be ready to be enjoyed. So now we're going to let that harden up. It's probably going to take about, I don't know, like 15 minutes. 20 maybe. So we'll come back, cut the wick, and light our beautiful new candle. Okay, so it's been about 20 minutes, and I admittedly speeded up the process. I put the candle in the refrigerator, and that's why there's these cracks. So if you don't mind that, you can speed up the process. If you don't want those cracks, then just let it cool on its own. And under normal circumstances, I would have just left it alone, but I wanted to get it moving along for the sake of filming. So we took off the sticks that were holding the wick in place, and now we're going to trim the wick. There we go. And that's probably about a 1/4 inch, I want to say. So I decided to bust out my heat gun so I can show you how you can fix those surface imperfections. If you want to make one to give as a gift and you want it to look real pretty or what have you, or like sometimes even soy wax will get something called frosting, and it looks like, I don't know how to even really explain it. It looks like frost on windows, actually. So if you get that, or like want to handle this, you take a heat gun, a blow dryer might work too, I have no idea. And you're going to turn it on, oops, and you're going to blast that layer. And now you see that that is all smoothed out. Okay, so she's all finished up, and we put her on her little saucer she came with. Let's go ahead and light it up. And there you go. So I hope this video was very informative and you learned a lot. If you have any questions or comments or anything like that, please feel free to leave them in the comment box below. And if you liked this video, please like and subscribe and all those things that come with YouTube. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.